I'm hearing this from a lot of people I speak to, and I can relate. A lot of people are saying they're struggling with anxiety relief and stress management, looking for reliable methods to stay motivated and think positively. If you've also had a rough couple of years, you're not alone. I think if we're honest, most of us have been struggling with what's been going on in life and the inner monologue, the self-talk. I used to have a really bad stutter. It was a day-long losing battle. Totally killed my confidence. I had no social life, and it only came right after the work that I'm doing in hypnotherapy. I found a method that worked for me, and today I'm speaking fluently. I'm Andy Wilding. I'm an online hypnotherapist and transformational life coach. I've spent the last 14 years working with soundtracks to enhance my hypnotherapy sessions, and I've developed my own method for audio assisted hypnotherapy. So it's a combination of psychoacoustic therapy and motivational hypnosis, and it helps people to overcome feelings of anxiety or overload and move out of depression. My practice is quite unique in that I create personalized affirmation soundtracks. I coach you in recording your hypnotherapy affirmations, and then I produce your own personal hypnosis soundtrack using your affirmations. I've helped hundreds of clients transform their lives in this way, and I'm here online to help you release anxiety, be stress-free, boost your motivation and confidence, or cultivate a more positive and supportive mindset. My online sessions are designed to meet you where you are and guide you towards success and peace of mind, because I believe everyone deserves that. I've got to say I really enjoy creating the affirmation soundtracks, hypnosis soundtracks, and hypnotherapy affirmations for my clients. My soundtracks are carefully crafted from scratch using sound recordings from nature, like this mountain stream, and I mix these natural sounds with isochronic and binaural beats, which I produce in my studio using the science of psychoacoustics. Each soundtrack consists of quite a few layers of sound. This one has 4 different isochronic beats, which are these clicking frogs. Then there's 2 cicadas, one at 6 hertz and one at 8 hertz. That's a binaural beat at 6 hertz to hold a nice deep theta state. That's the frequency your brain goes into when you meditate. There's no voice track on this one, but that's easy to add, or it could be your own voice track with your affirmations on it. And this is a combination of waterfalls I recorded in the mountains, just to give you the feeling of relaxing in nature. You may already know this, but hypnosis is actually a totally natural state. We go into it very easily, just watching waves on the beach or this beautiful stream in the mountains. Or when you're out camping and it's nighttime and you're just zoning out, watching a fire or looking at the stars. We can go into hypnosis when we're reading a book or watching a movie or even listening to a story, which must be the oldest form of entertainment for humans going back to the Stone Age. Hypnotherapy is thousands of years old. In ancient Greece and Egypt and India, sleep temples were quite common. Hypnotherapy is the same now as it was then. It's directing a story, making it about your solution. So the story suggests solutions for you to feel more confident or relaxed or motivated. So you're listening to specific frequencies that I've chosen for the positive influence they have on our minds and our bodies. Which brings me back to this word, psychoacoustics, mind and sound. It's the study of how sound affects the mind, our perceptions, emotions, our state of mind, relaxed or alert. By using carefully selected frequencies and rhythms, I create soundtracks that tap into the brain's natural frequency following response and guide your mind into the state it needs to calm your central nervous system, release stress, and help you to receive positive suggestions without your conscious critical thinking getting in the way. And what I've found is that when I combine psychoacoustics with hypnotherapy and positive suggestions, it creates a powerful tool for transformation, helping to deepen the receptive state, making your affirmations more effective, and allowing you to achieve lasting change. If you're struggling with anxiety, difficulty sleeping, or depression, but maybe you're not sure if this is really for you, you can always book a free 15-minute consultation and see if you feel I can help. The clients I see mostly come to me for anxiety relief or motivation to move out of depression. I'll present some testimonials in another video, but today I want to tell you about my own reason for believing in my method of psychoacoustic hypnotherapy. I mentioned earlier that I used to stutter. Well, using my own method, I solved my seemingly unsolvable problem. And I've used the same method to help many people solve their seemingly unsolvable problems. So let's see if you think I can help you solve yours. Stuttering has no medical cure. There are four main types. Tonal stuttering, characterized by repetitions or prolongation of sounds. Clonic stuttering involves rapid repetitions of sounds or syllables. Tonic stuttering, which is marked by prolonged tense sounds or blocks. And atypical stuttering, which is uncommon patterns such as stuttering only in specific sounds or certain situations. I had the third kind, tonic. It's a kind of a locked jaw feeling that you get in the middle of words and sentences that doesn't go away no matter how hard you try to push through. And it caused pretty crippling social anxiety through my school years and university. In some cases, a stutter goes away by itself, but in my case, I still had it halfway through my 30s. In fact, if I'm honest, I solved it completely by accident while using my own method of psychoacoustic hypnotherapy to help other people. So you see, this is how I know my method works. All right, so let's unpack this a little bit. I'm going to try to explain my understanding of what happened and identify the major components. The first component is something that I learned during my hypnotherapy training at HMI, the Hypnosis Motivation Institute in California. They teach you how to talk to your client that you're hypnotizing in such a way as to keep them in hypnosis and maintain that hyper-aware state. And they call it the hypnotic tone. It's the hypnotherapist's tone of voice and the pace and the pauses you take. And they say the best way to achieve this hypnotic tone is actually to go into hypnosis yourself, because you are actually hypnotizing yourself. And obviously you have your notes that you've made for the session and you take your client through the script in front of you, but you do it all kind of in your own hypnotic state. So I was doing a session with a client this one day and I had one of my soundtracks playing, and I always notice how much it relaxes me and deepens my own hypnotic state. But I would also have this dread of stuttering while I was hypnotizing someone, and I'd worry about breaking them out of hypnosis if I stuttered. And I just remember this one time I was thinking, okay, I've hypnotized my client, she's in hypnosis, it's all about her, I'm also in hypnosis, my soundtrack is holding a nice deep state for both of us. If I block on a word now, if I stutter, I'm just gonna slow my pace and then come back to the word later. I'm gonna integrate my stutter into my hypnotic tone so that it's less disruptive. So I started doing this with all my clients. Instead of pushing through the stutter until the word eventually came out, I would just leave this pause. And after a few days of doing this, I thought, you know what is so important about this word anyway? This word that I'm waiting for. Why am I waiting for it? It doesn't work. It's broken. Get a new one. There's no shortage of words, and they don't cost anything. And when I tried changing the words that were going to block for words that were going to work, something amazing happened. Because who understands why, but not all words block with a stutter. And there's no logical reason as to what words are going to block, but you somehow know, I guess you develop an intuition for when it's going to happen. So I started being ruthless and chucking the words that were going to block and replacing them for words or phrases that felt fluent. Because remember, I was doing all of this in my own hyper-aware state of hypnosis, which is the same mental state I was creating for whatever client I was hypnotizing. It's a calm, safe space, kind of like a gym for your mind, in which you can rehearse good habits and practice thinking the way you want in those situations in a stress-free environment where there's no pressure. And I started doing my own hypnotic rehearsal for speaking fluently in this hyper-aware state by changing the way I was going to say things to avoid the words that were going to stutter and replace those words with fluent ones. So I learned to paraphrase my session notes, which I wrote to help someone else rehearse how they were going to solve their problem in hypnosis. So you see, I really stumbled into my solution backwards. But now that I figured out how I did it, I can show you a much simpler way. So, unpacking the components that helped me to solve my seemingly unsolvable problem, stuttering. Definitely my own hypnotic tone that induced self-hypnosis was a major part of my learning to speak fluently. That calmness and hyper-awareness gave me the space to play through my sentences almost like in slow motion and choose words that I could feel were going to flow and be fluent. And also that hyper awareness sharpened my intuition to feel the words that were going to block so that I could then replace them and paraphrase and keep moving. And then definitely another component is meditation. I'll talk about this in another video where I explain the 2 keys that I use to unlock seemingly unsolvable problems: meditation and hypnotherapy. Meditation increases the efficiency of hypnotherapy exponentially because it trains you to ignore self-criticism or criticism of new ideas and solutions. You may have heard of the Chinese metaphor for meditation of an empty cup, which means your mind must be empty before you try to put something you want in there. You can't learn a new solution if you're holding on to the old one that doesn't work. I use a very simple method for meditation, and I've made a 20-minute meditation training soundtrack, which you'll get for free when you start your hypnotherapy sessions with me. Anyone can do it. You just listen to the training and follow the instructions. And speaking of soundtracks, definitely my psychoacoustic soundtracks were a major component in helping me to solve my seemingly unsolvable problem and learn to speak fluently. I designed my soundtracks using frequencies that maintain the hyper-aware state of hypnosis, which helped me stay in that suspended animation state, slow down my thinking, zoom into my sentence to identify where the stutter would happen, and think of another word or phrase so that by the time I was saying that part of the sentence, it was fluent. You can use the same soundtrack and the same principles. Record your affirmations that we work out in your sessions. Let me make you a soundtrack with your affirmations on it, and you can listen to it anytime you feel stressed or depressed. It's amazing how helpful it can be to rehearse your solutions. Psychoacoustics is a pretty amazing field. I'll go into the neuroscience in another video, although I do say that a lot. So I hope you guys have followed or subscribed so you can catch my other hypnotherapy videos. I'll do like one big one a month. What's your seemingly unsolvable problem? If it has anything to do with anxiety relief or stress management, or finding reliable methods to stay motivated and think positively, or if it's something more specific like you need to move on from an attitude that doesn't serve you anymore, my method of hypnotic rehearsal could just be the training you're looking for. I'm Andy Wilding, online hypnotherapist and transformational life coach with 14 years of experience. My practice is unique, offering audio-assisted hypnosis sessions that combine psychoacoustic therapy with motivational hypnosis. I also provide personalized affirmation soundtracks where I guide you in recording your hypnotherapy affirmations and produce a custom hypnosis soundtrack tailored to your needs. My approach has helped hundreds of clients by overcoming anxiety and stress and depression and cultivating a more confident and positive mindset. My online sessions are designed to meet you where you are and guide you towards success and a healthier state of mind. If you want to get started or learn more, I offer a free 15-minute consultation, so you can sample my method and then decide if it's right for you. Tap the link and start your journey.